Thank you, Mr. Chairman. I want to thank everybody for being here today, I know the Coast Guard plays a vital role in hurricane response and port security. I'm also proud of the work that the shipbuilding industry does to modernize the fleet on the Mississippi Gulf Coast. The Coast Guard continues to be asked to do more than ever. I want to ensure that the 2024 budget addresses the concerns with the security of our maritime borders, the challenges to our national sovereignty in the Arctic, and the growing threats in the Indo-Pacific. Admiral Fagan, infrastructure continues to be an issue within the Coast Guard. Does the Coast Guard have the resources needed to replace aging and inadequate buildings, hangars, and assets?
Thank you. The infrastructure backlog needs of the service are well known. My predecessors have spoken to them. The infrastructure investments reflected in the 24 President's budget, coupled with our 24 UPL, identify the areas of infrastructure greatest need. It totals about $3 billion. The organization, the force needs reliable $400 to $500 million a year growth, 3 to 5% in that infrastructure investment to begin to enable time for planning and then execution in a way that allows investments for the new assets coming online and also updates the backlog of aging and older infrastructure that we are operating some of the force from.
Okay. Thank you. Master Chief Jones, another issue that's no secret, we've talked about that a little bit, is the workforce. 2022 GAO study showed that the Coast Guard has a shortage of 400 marine inspectors. This lack of workforce has affected its ability to conduct gas carrier compliance exams. The same report recommended the Coast Guard conduct an assessment of adopting a risk-based approach for conducting these exams. Is the Coast Guard still experiencing a shortage of marine inspectors? And do you believe the Coast Guard compliance program would benefit from applying a risk-based approach for petroleum and gas compliant exams?
Mr. Congressman, across our workforce, in every community we have, we face a workforce shortage. There's no one community that's 100% full, to include marine inspectors, and we are applying a risk-based approach. We're starting to develop as we apply a risk-based approach to how we staff and staff our units to perform the multitude of missions.
Very good. So you believe it would be helpful to Congress to make some changes to the law that would allow the establishment and implementation of a risk-based program for these inspectors to help address this issue?
I would defer that expertise to somewhere else in the Coast Guard for that answer, sir.
Thank you, sir, for your willingness to testify. Mr. Chairman, I yield back.